Right. Well, we get underway. Well, welcome to cooking series, what, number 4, Andy? Or 3?
I think it's 4.
4?
Yeah.
All right. Who's been at all 4? A few diehards. I like it. Good. Awesome. Okay, well, we're going to talk a little bit about some fun stuff for the holidays, so take it away, Andy.
All right. So you guys asked to do some nice hors d'oeuvres and holiday cooking, and how do we work wellness into that? How do we make it a little easier on ourselves? We're all busy. We're all spending too much money on things we may regret later, so we don't want to regret what we're going to put in our bodies this time of year. So this one will be a little shorter, but I'll share a lot of recipes with you. But I wanted to give you some ideas about what to think about when you're hosting a little party or a soiree for food. And there are certain areas that you always want to cover when you entertain. And you want to have something sweet, you want to have something crunchy, you want to have something creamy, you want to have something salty, and sour, bitter, and umami. Who knows what umami is?
Huh?
What is umami?
It's the blue taste that the Japanese found. It's sort of like the meat tenderizer.
Absolutely. It's that taste that fills you up, kind of when you eat something soy, if you have like beef teriyaki. It's that feeling, it's a complete sensation in your mouth. You're satisfied, you're full, and it feels wonderful. And we want to create all these different plays when we make something for our guests. It's a tantalizing conversation, tantalizing food that makes a party kind of complete. But how do you make that easy? And how do you do that without dumping a bunch of cream and a bunch of sugar and, you know, looking like Santa Claus going at the party? And I thought we could make some fun dips. I made a dip here that's a ricotta dip that has kale in it. It's whole milk ricotta, but you could use so you could skim ricotta and a nice strong cheese. Cheeses have a lot of fat in them, so we need to limit how much cheese we want to eat. Like, I'll show you an example. This cheese is a sharp cheddar. It's 38% fat. This other cheese here is called Fontal. It's a creamy and buttery cheese. This cheese is 40% fat, upwards of 45. So we want to limit the amount. So if you're cooking with a cheese or eating a cheese, get one that's full flavored, like Parmesan, that's a really high fat, and limit how much you use. And some of these recipes I'll share with you will give you ideas and recipes that you can follow. We can try some of these different dips. We'll do that in a few. We can do that now or in a few minutes, but let's walk through the plate here. So when I made a little plate for my family a couple weeks ago, I wanted to keep it easy, so I bought some nuts that were spiced. I purchased some dried fruits, which will give you that sweet. You get the nut, which is buttery. It contains some omega-3 acids that are really good. And a little bit of sugar goes a long way, and I use maple on these when I caramelize them. So you've got your sweet, you've got your salty, and a little bit of that umami going on. We do have some cheese, but we want to kind of balance this plate from your fruits, cheeses, your croutons, so you feature all those flavors in one package. It's kind of funny, when I brought a platter similar to this to my family's house, my Uncle Darryl came by. I think I've been talking about it. Under one arm he had a big bottle of wine, and the other he had a whole pepperoni stick and a big block of cheese. And those went first. But if you give an option, like a healthy dip like this, and you don't tell anybody it's healthy, so try this kale dip. It's like spinach artichoke dip, but lighter. But this has the same kind of flavors we're looking for. So I'd actually like you guys to try some of these things, and then we'll make some hummus. So we have some plates.
So come on up, you got a little bit over there.
Come on up. And what's so wonderful about this is minimal prep time. The dried fruits you can make yourself if you have a food dehydrator, or you can just buy them at the store.
So the secret's getting all those different flavors popping around the kitchen at Christmas time, or holiday time.
It's to tantalize all those senses, so you don't feel the need to eat so much of the long food.
So you said that dip's a kale?
It is a kale and ricotta dip.
Okay.
So, absolutely. Actually, there's some artichokes in this too, but this couldn't be simpler. There's 5 ingredients in this.
No fighting over the walnuts.
There we go. We'll put a few more. Can I help serve? I'll help serve. I'm going to taste it. Just season that one.
She got a little bit of everything, some fruits, some dried fruits, some chips, some veggies. And one thing I want to share that, I don't know if a lot of you guys go to Bon Appetit, Pearson's Cafe. When we do events on campus and you see like a cheese platter or a vegetable platter, you often see the way that we build them. Like it's like an artwork, as opposed to, you go to someone's house at Christmas and they get out the cheese and for some reason people like to lay everything out so symmetrically. And like lay one on top of the other in straight lines, one yellow, white, yellow, white. That's really, really old school style catering. Just so you know, okay? It's really not what people do out of Maine. So try something different. Try being creative. Try being 3-dimensional with your cheese. Try kind of building it up or something, or having cheese and vegetables on the same slab as opposed to having a vegetable platter and a cheese platter. And mix them together. Don't be afraid. Like this sort of thing Annie's got going here, rather than having like a bowl of the fruit, a bowl of the vegetables, and a bowl of the cheese. I think it's different for a lot of people that don't know what to do with it. But I think it's a lot of fun when you do it like that.
That's great. When you mix it up like this, you're going to make your Uncle Daryl feel kind of guilty about taking all the cheese off of there. He's going to want to try everything.
Do you have different suggestions for the different kind of cheeses that go well together?
Oh, absolutely.
I never seem to,
That's
what kinds.
That's a good thing to email us, like the little cheese.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something.
Fantastic.
Goes well with the rich.
And there's so many cheeses.
Get the big
So
sizes,
insane.
I mean, cheeses, I don't think there's really a wrong or a right too much, unless you're sort of pairing it with maybe food, like other dishes. But as in cheese on a platter, I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, some people like the strong cheese, some people like a light cheese, some people like the moldy cheeses, some people don't like the moldy cheeses, So
You'll see with the Fontal goes really well with the fruit, because the Fontal's really nutty. Right there. Yes.
Vodka with fruit.
Yeah. Now you get something salty with fruits good too.
we should do near the Christmas time, and our last one, maybe we should finish up with a wine pairing.
That would be great. That sounds regular.
Everybody will be here. There'll be a memo out that the offices are closed, campus email. But we could do a wine pairing, maybe a couple different wines, different reds, dessert wines, and pair them up and explain the
That would be super
thing and
fun.
let you guys taste it.
That would be super fun.
You have to disguise it like vinegar.
So,
Just put a code or something underneath there so we know what we're up to.
is that dip satisfying?
It's good.
It's a little bit different. It's definitely not as heavy as that cream cheese. You might notice on your tongue after you eat it, it's not hanging out there. You can taste other things through it. And that's what I really love about that kale dip. I'll show you another dip, and this is a very versatile dip. And my favorite, it's very popular around the world, is hummus. I'm sure everyone here has eaten it. Anybody make hummus at home? No. Yeah. So you'll see it, you go in the store, and you see a tub of hummus for $4.95, however much it is. You can make that for a fraction of the price, and it's so much tastier. And I'm going to make this plain hummus. It starts with chickpeas. Chickpeas here, and we'll put some chickpeas right in our industrial grinder here.
Is it raw?
No, these aren't raw. If you can find raw chickpeas, that's awesome. I've only seen them a couple of times. If you find them raw, they're still in like a pod. And you don't want to eat the pod, but you can toast them, and they open up, and they kind of taste like peas when they're fresh. If you do want to go the route of buying them dehydrated, little tip, soak them before you cook them. But in the holidays, I just buy a can or two because the expense is minimal.
What are those called? This called
Chickpeas or garbanzo beans. I'll send you guys a recipe. But these you could use any type of bean, white bean, kidney bean, black bean. Change it up, and it's inexpensive and it's very healthy. So we put half of the chickpea mixture in here, just the chickpeas, and to make it smooth, we're going to turn this on. So here we go.
And you can just use a little Cuisinart, you know, a little. You can do the same thing in the blender.
With that stick blender you guys have been asking for. So we've got 3 cloves of garlic. You can roast your garlic if you don't want a sharp flavor to it, but it's not necessary. So here we have a little lemon juice and a little olive oil. We're going to add a little bit of lemon juice to thin it. As that's going, we're going to add our tahini. Who's had tahini before? Alright, what is tahini?
Sesame?
Yes, just ground sesame. And you don't have to add this either. This adds a little bit of bitterness to your dish. It also adds a nice silkiness to it too. But it'll complete this flavor picture that we're looking for. It's pretty good in there.
Do you just buy that like in a jar or something?
Yeah, you can buy it in a jar. It is expensive, but it'll last you for a very long time. You can use it.
Can you make your own?
You could. I never have. I don't have a grinder, but you might need some specialized equipment to do that. And I'm sure they grind it, and they must press it somehow too to get all the oils out of the seed. I went to Rennie's and I bought a can of it. I don't know how many ounces, but it's relatively inexpensive, and it's the same kind we get here. So we're going to keep frying that up. We added some lemon juice, so we have a little acid in there that'll brighten up all that other flavor. We have a little bit of salt. We want to limit the salt. Add some more if it needs it. A little black pepper. And we have some cumin seed. It's out of control there. Just cumin seed. And we toast the cumin before because there's oils in there and spices. And a little bit of toasting goes a long way to bring out flavor. But the opposite side is if you have whole seed and you toast it and it goes and it burns, you're going to smell that in the house for quite a long time. So it's up to you. If you feel like being daring and toast it, go for it on low heat. Shake that pan as you're doing it and start to smell. Stay right over it and smell it. And you can smell that cumin. Take it off the pan and put it right in your coffee grinder and let it rip. So I'm going to put toasted cumin.
So we buy at Pearson's Cafe, most of our spices like pepper, cumin, we buy the whole seed and then we toast it and then we grind it. So we don't keep black peppers in the kitchen, we only keep whole peppers. So it makes a big difference in the flavor and the amount you have to use as well.
It's funny, Stu had a great idea. We've been using coffee grinders and we could go through a coffee grinder a day if we needed to. Stu came in, he's like, here you guys, put down the coffee grinder that we had. So we've been putting...
From Mercy Market, an old one, like an industrial coffee grinder to grind up black pepper. A little one.
It was so awesome. So we love that.
So now we can grind a lot of ones.
You don't have to clean it.
We just use one side for coffee beans, for pepper, and the other side is for cumin mainly.
But it's all dry spices.
So this is
finish this up. So we have the remainder of the chickpeas we're going to add right to this. This might be a little chunky, but that's okay. Add a little bit more lemon juice. Now I'm going to add a pinch of olive oil to it. Or maybe a little more than a pinch. But that'll help it be nice and soaky.
We'll put an actual recipe up for you with one of these so you're not re-pouring.
I need to be.
But the bottom line is, if you do free-pour, you'll get used to, I like a little bit more lemon, a little less lemon, a little bit more salt,
Add a little more pepper.
Good, so you like a lot of pepper. That's a lot of pepper you're putting in there.
I'll give it another taste. I don't want another ginger incident from our juice bar. All right, one more taste. I think it's pretty good. All right, so we have our hummus. I had a friend from Palestine who made hummus all the time. And I want to show you how they traditionally prepare it. They take olive oil and they put some in the middle so they can dip their bread in it, and then a little smoked paprika here. Now you don't have to do any of this, but when you serve it, it looks so good. And, it's really good like that. We can serve a little bit of hummus.
So I
Good question.
have a question about paprika. There's different paprikas that, like smoked or sweet paprika. What
Yes.
do they do? I mean, I understand what they do with the smoked paprika, but what do they do with the sweet? I don't know.
The sweet one is just the pepper dehydrated and then crushed really fine. There's actually this Hungarian sweet pepper, and there's many different kinds. You just see the smoke and the paprika here. There's so many different kinds. I'd love to go to India and bring back a little India here. So many.
You gotta just eat it with bread, you don't need it with crackers. You can use fruit or...
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Vegetables.
Vegetables, yes.
In fact, for lunch the past 2 days, I've been having carrots and hummus.
That's how I usually have it with carrots and celery.
Who else needs one? Anybody else?
It's so simple.
So simple. I love the lemon. In the lemon.
Yeah, it brightens it up.
If you think about the ingredients that went into that making the hummus, also an healthy way. It's just so good.
And the beautiful thing about hummus is you can add or take away any flavors you want. You may see roasted red pepper hummus, you can make that. What other kinds of hummus? Garlic. Yeah, garlic hummus. I mean, the sky's the limit to what you can do. And it's so simple. It's inexpensive, it's easy, it's much better for you than the spinach artichoke dip with gallons of cream cheese and mayonnaise in there.
And it's so versatile.
You're going to post that recipe, right? The kale dip?
Oh yeah.
So we put the hummus recipe and the kale recipe online.
It's so simple. So we've kind of hit all the different flavor elements with this, and visually it's very pretty. All the different colors, all the different, all the variety. And while Uncle Daryl may not be pleased with this, it might keep him quiet for a little bit while he eats the nuts and the cheese. So I wanted to keep it really basic, but give you guys some ideas to bring back, and also give some recipes for the hummus, for the dip, and some different suggestions about what you could add or different things you might do.
And the nuts too. What do you do with those?
Absolutely.
Put those in.
And the nuts were really easy. All I did with the nuts was I took some brown sugar, some salt, a little pepper, and maple syrup, and brought it to a boil. Just tossed the nuts in that, put it in the oven. Took them out when they were nice and crunchy for about 10 or 15 minutes at 350. Cooled them on an oil-lined pan, and it was that easy. But I'll send that recipe too, and different ideas how to make different nuts.
What was the croutons?
Croutons? Absolutely do that too. That was actually probably the easiest thing. Was cutting naan, a little olive oil, salt and pepper.
Naan bread.
I like naan bread.
And naan's very good. Goes really well with the hummus.
Yeah, it goes excellent. The naan.
So do you think this is something you guys could use at home? Or? Yeah. I know.
It'd be much cheaper for me to make it than buy it.
A can of chickpeas is what, 75, 80 cents?
Yeah,
I mean, that's it. You know?
And like you said, you can just put other things. If you don't like the cumin, you put something else, olives. I mean, people, you buy them at the store, but it's so much cheaper.
I put artichokes in my hummus before.
That sounds really good.
I liked it.
And did you use like flaxseed oil instead of olive oil?
You certainly could. Olive oil is just traditional, but like you said, you could put flax oil in there. You could even grind up flaxseed and put it in either of these dips to hide it. So that's a really good idea. But this, like I said, the sky's the limit. If you have something in the cupboard you need to get rid of, tomatoes, cook some tomatoes down, put them right in the hummus, roast them off. Olives, that's great. But yeah. You guys have any questions or anything you want to bring up?
I have a question.
Yes.
It does not have to do with that. It has to do with olive oil.
All right, let me see if I can get this.
Okay. What is the difference between the different types of olive oil that's on the shelves and I stay in there and I look at it and try to figure out what...
Price.
Yeah, price. Well, other than that I know.
Well, you might have seen, what is this one? Well, this is a multi-oil, we'll forget about this one. You might see something called pumice olive oil. You'll see like extra virgin, virgin, and all these different olive oils.
Yeah.
The basic rule is how far away from the olive did they have to get from the pressing. They have something called first pressed, which has got the most flavor, it's got the most color. You can open it up and go, olive oil. That's what olive oil should be. But you don't want to cook with that. That oil burns up really fast. So that's good for salad dressings. Extra virgin, same thing, salad dressings. They're priced higher, so you want to use them sparingly, like as a topping for this. If you want to talk up, your family with a fancy bottle of olive oil, that would be good for that. But you wouldn't cook with it because, like I said, it would burn. And why ruin something that's pure and beautiful like that for expensive olive oil with more flavor into it? But for cooking, the pumice olive oil, there might be another name I don't remember, but that's good to cook with. And that will have a lighter flavor and a higher smoke point, so it's better to cook with.
So not necessarily the extra virgin olive oil is the one to cook with, that's just more of a richer flavor for garnishing dishes or making salad dressings with, and that sort of thing. So
That's what I've been doing wrong. I've been using that to cook with.
And that's, I mean, you can, that's fine. And they probably prefer you to do that. I'm sure some of it is marketing too. I mean, extra virgin sounds much more pleasant than hummus. But I can explain that more in depth. I'll send you more information about it because I'm not an expert.
You don't want to hit the smoke point because that'll make it rancid. So if it smokes, you've gone too high. You use a grapeseed oil or a coconut oil for higher temperature stuff.
Absolutely.
keep drinking, keep next week.
We're going to burn some stuff.
I have a ton of different kinds of just things that were gifts or whatever. I've just picked up bottles here and there. So I have a ton of this, sesame oil, grapeseed oil, coconut oil, and it's like I'm not quite sure what
do with all of them.
to use with all of them.
Well, if you'd like, send me an email. I might be able to give you some suggestions. I mean, we make our own salad dressings here. A little like salmon, little poster, broiled salmon with a little vinaigrette made with sesame oil would be really good.
Awesome. We'll kind of kept it a little short and sweet today. We have to set up the sushi. In 20 minutes, it'll be like a line out the door.